Hey Soph,
Hello.
how are you?
I am amazing. How are you?
I'm not too bad. So for nobody or anybody that might not know who I'm listening to or who's with me right now in the building, I'm with, I don't know if I'm going to say the last name very right. So
give it a go.
Give it a go. Sophia Thakur.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in there.
You Indian or what?
Get in there. Oh, what, are you part Indian?
My dad's half Indian, yeah.
Is it? Oh, what's the other half?
My dad's half Indian, mum's half Sri Lankan. And then they're both half Gambian.
Wow. Yeah, that's different.
We be eating a lot in the house.
How you been, man? How's your week been? How's everything going for you so far?
It's been good, you know. I honestly cannot believe it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's only Tuesday. I feel like Monday lasted about 7 days. Today's been going on forever. But hopefully the weekend stretches as well. So
yeah.
That's good. But that being said, I feel like Monday was my busiest day. So the rest of the week I can just be creative.
That's the best way, no?
Yeah.
That is the best way. So my guest today is an award-winning best-selling author and performance poet. And I think your debut performance, well, I like to believe it is, on stage was at 16, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
So at 16, who did you kind of study to get better at performing live?
Oh.
Because I have my people. I just want to know who you have.
I think it was the rappers. I feel like
Really?
I grew up watching Def Jam Poetry, which is basically, Most Def used to host this live show that was on YouTube back when, and he'd have rappers and performers and singers come and perform their things as poetry. So Kanye West came and did a spoken word version of his rap songs. Lauryn Hill came and did spoken word versions of her songs. Alicia Keys, DMX, Erykah Badu.
Is this on YouTube?
It's on YouTube, yeah.
Oh,
There's
wow.
hundreds of episodes as well, loads and loads of different people. So I grew up watching that, and I think there was always so much charisma in how they would perform. And I think once you strip the musician from their beat and you give them the space to really step into their lyrics, the performance is so big, right? So I think I grew up watching them. I think if you watch my earliest videos when I'm 16, my whole charisma is just so hip hop. Everything about how I carried myself is really, really hip hop. So I think definitely the Kanyes, the Commons, the Most Defs, the Talib Kweli's.
Yeah. Legendary names that you've actually just mentioned there, to be fair. How was it like working with Neo? Tracks 3 and 12. Little Giants. Glad that you're gone.
Glad that you're gone. Do you know what's so crazy? So her first album, I don't know if Sappin's her first album, but she did something here at Represent for the launch. Yeah. And that's when we first met, because she contacted me to come.
Here at Rep?
Yeah. Okay. She contacted me to come and do a poem or something, and we just stayed connected from that day. And then 2 years later, or however many years later, she was like, I've got this album coming out, I want some poetry. Would you be up for it? I'm like, duh. Absolutely, of course I'd be up for it.
Was that your first time working with an artist like that?
It definitely that scale, yeah. I think I songwrite for a lot of singers, and I've done interludes for other singers or rap songs, but in terms of that Neo, the size of her, that was definitely the biggest. But then that being said, whether you're working with Michael Jackson or Billy with one follower, it's still just writing to a song, so it doesn't massively change. The artist is still the artist. So but it was amazing. In fact, release day, I didn't know whether the poetry part made the vinyl, because sometimes you have radio edits of songs. Yeah. But I'd ordered the vinyl 2 weeks in advance. It was going to come on release day. So I've woken up, everyone's messaging oh my gosh, glad that you're gone. Everyone's doing their Instagram post. It felt like Christmas. Yeah. And then the vinyl came 2 hours later. And then I'm literally just, obviously with vinyl, you have to try and get the pin on the song. And then I heard that it made the vinyl, and it was just such a happy day.
Amazing.
It was such a happy day.
That's crazy. Oh, have you thought about doing more like that with other artists? Who would be the one artist you'd love to write for?
Beyonce.
Everyone says Beyonce. Give me someone else. Everyone says Beyonce.
Beyonce, because she works with female poets. For her first Vigil album, she worked with Wasan Shire, who's a poet from London.
Look at you being a stan.
I love me Beyonce. She worked with Yusra Daily. So she works with black London poets. So I just feel at some point,
it will happen.
Yeah, but if not Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z would be crazy.
Yeah, Jay-Z wicked. I did some bits with Jules actually before his album came out, so maybe continuing there. Yeah. Burna Boy would be wicked.
Oh. Soph and Burna Boy.
Yeah. Something real vibey.
That would be wavy. I want to slide out of that and get into this one, the Guap issue, front page.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
love them guys. They know how much I love them, because I've been there from the beginning when they started and the inception, and just to see how their company is undoubtedly one of the best and sickest things to ever work with, and just the fact that they hire black talent, they've they go in and they're really involved in the culture. So what was it like being on the front page? How was the email? Talk to me about the process, about everything.
You know, I wasn't even on email, so I feel like I joined really late in the conversation once things were confirmed. But what I do remember seeing is that once it was confirmed with my agents, they sent over like a visual deck of what they imagined the front cover to be like. And it was just like references. And obviously it's quite an extreme, the shoot was quite extreme, but so the references were like red satin goddess empress type vibe.
Okay.
Thinking I can get with this.
Okay.
I remember thinking I dig it, but I also didn't know the extent. I hadn't seen the outfits, so I got there on the day and it was hair and makeup straight away, and they put me in this like huge afro, and then I saw the dress. And I hadn't seen the dress until I was stepping into the dress, and I thought, wow, bury me in this, because the dress was huge. It was so extreme, so big, but I just felt really regal. I really felt like a part of me is built for being like a princess in a small village or a province somewhere that just reads in the library all day, because there was something that I felt a bit too right.
Yeah. Performance-wise, which performance made you nervous? Was it the one at Glastonbury or when you did your TED Talks?
Do you know what?
Because both are so, like, they're very big, massive, mammoth stages to be on.
Yeah.
Glastonbury, even though it's a musical vibe, it still has that presence and that, you know, we know what Glastonbury is and we know what Glastonbury means, especially to the UK.
Yeah.
And then TED Talks, even though that's international, that's like you know, giving back to a room full of people that may not know who you are and still know who you are as well. So it's different, but also at the same time in terms of level wise.
Yeah.
Which one was you more nervous?
Oh, I think, do you know what, Glastonbury I was nervous because I'm a Glastonbury goer.
Yeah.
But I don't go to watch poetry, right? I go to listen to musicians. So I didn't know what poetry tents were like. I'd never seen it, couldn't find it in a field, didn't know where it was on the map. So I thought, how are they going to take to poetry if they're like me and they just come to party? And literally, the act before me, they were like a full funk band, like a full maybe 5-piece band. So everyone was in the tent, hundreds of people in the tent just dancing.
Yeah.
Then in my head, I'm thinking, I got no backing music, I got no band, I got no singers with me. It's just straight poetry.
Yeah.
And not even just poetry. I was speaking about domestic violence. I was speaking about serious things. So I feel like I was in that space.
Yeah.
But I remember the host said to me before I went on stage, with Glastonbury, the energy that you give off is the same energy you get back.
Wow.
And I think it completely switched it for me. So I went on and just gave all the energy that I had, and they gave me the most amazing energy back. So I don't think I was nervous. I think TED Talk, my second TED Talk, I was nervous. Not my first one. My first one I was fine, but my second one, because it was the day before my 21st birthday.
Wow.
The TED Talk was on the other side of the UK. I was planning a 21st birthday in Birmingham. I was partying that week anyway because it was everyone's birthdays. And I wasn't fully confident. I think the only times I am nervous is when I feel like I don't know the poem very well. So I think that's why I was a bit nervous, but I don't think the scale of things ever really makes me nervous.
No,
I don't think so.
Well, we're gonna get into this song, Cash featuring Western, Wagon, a personal selection from Soph herself. So let's get into that. I wanted to ask this question because I felt like it would be very interesting to know.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, very interesting to know which book did this to you. So what is the first book that made you cry?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It was a book called Ugly. Do you remember it from back in the day?
Yeah, I think I remember
Ugly,
that.
And it was by this woman who's a lawyer, this black woman, and it was about a kid whose mum or stepmom or something just hated her.
Wow.
I feel like everyone read it when they were young. I read it when I was way too young.
I went into books them times, but
7
still.
or 6 or something. But yeah, that rattled me because I got a really good relationship with my mum.
Serious?
So to hear that other people, it could just go the whole other way.
Yeah.
That made me really sad.
From that point on, did you know that you wanted to write? Or was it later on in life?
Way later on. I never even really wanted to write books. It kind of just fell on my lap and I just carried on.
Just carried on with it?
Carried on going, yeah.
I was going to say, do people who have big egos write books, or is it better to be hurt when writing books? Does that question make sense to you?
Yeah, do you know what? I feel like there's a level of ego that all artists have to have
100%
to believe that what you create someone should listen to. You know, I think there's a level of kind of audacity or audaciousness that you kind of have to walk in to believe that your feelings that you wrote at home are deserving of like a world stage.
Yeah.
So I think you definitely need a bit of an ego to do that, but in the exact same breath, I think a lot of people go to art or go to creating art because the feeling they feel is too big, it's too heavy, it's too thick to just stay inside. So I think sometimes it's just completely necessary as a way of survival to create something or to make something. Otherwise, sometimes you get stuck in a situation. Like I know for me, when I was going through my breakup and I was writing my first book, if I didn't have an outlet and my emotions were that big, I would have been a mess.
Serious?
An absolute mess, yeah. There was no ego involved.
Writing is your outlet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is a very important question then. How do you find the balance between being original or reading or giving what people want from you?
Man, I feel like it used to be so much easier to be original than it is now.
Yeah.
Because I think now we have an immediate metric of what people engage with because of social media.
Exactly.
Before that, I'm just an audience and I can see if you guys are feeling it or not. And if you're not, I'll never know. Do you know what I mean? But if you put something online, there's things that people gravitate towards. Like there's Instagram style poetry, right? Which is like a one-liner, heavy imagery, punchline type poetry. And people gravitate towards it and it gets lots of clicks, lots of engagement. And I definitely had a phase where I was trying to write to appeal to this kind of scene and audience until I realised actually that's not my lane and that's okay. Like not everyone has to be an Instagram poet, not everyone has to translate perfectly online as well. Like some people are just performers on stage. So I think when you're creating, it is a constant cycle of this still needs to be a business. So I still need to cater to an audience, but I still need to do a service to my art by being honest to it. And I think it's a constant pendulum for any artist, I reckon.
Yeah. Do you view writing as a spiritual practice?
I think to say no would be to take away the power of the fact that the Bible was written, the Quran was written, the Torah was written, the Hindu worship book, it was written, like all religious books have been written, and that is how we've engaged spiritually over time. So I think the spirit is heavy in writing. I think the spirit's heavy in art. Like I'm Christian, and like when we think about God and good and evil, I think about the fact that the devil was one of the greatest musicians in the Bible, and it's no surprise that music is used as a tool to empower people and also to break people down as well. So I definitely think it has the potential to be spiritual. I don't think everything is spiritual. I'll be writing some things that aren't even definitely not spiritual, but also not nothing at all. So I think everything has the capacity to be spiritual, I reckon.
People are probably thinking like, Sam, you went deep there. Do you know what? Sometimes you got to take it there.
Sometimes you got to go there, man.
Okay, cool. My last question before we get into this song, and then we play the game, Would You Rather? Yeah, I've got some Would You Rathers here with you.
Oh my gosh, I need a different bevy.
What was the best money you've ever spent as a writer?
Best money?
Yeah, like you got yourself. Splurge.
The best
gift
thing I've ever spent money on, point blank, was my JBL speaker. My Pill speaker. I can't believe I ever lived without it.
Serious?
Yeah, I can't believe I ever used to travel without a portable speaker. And now, I think...
Well, you got headphones though, no?
If you're on the beach, you've got a portable speaker when you're getting ready, when you're coming back from a night out, when you're entertaining, when I'm in the shower. Like, a portable speaker is...
the one.
I've spent like a lot of money on some things, don't get me wrong, and this was like £70 or something, so it wasn't expensive, but the best thing I've ever bought, not even just for writing, point blank, and my car, but other than that, point blank.
It's crazy how the smallest things like could be like the most memorable and the most iconic to us, what we value.
Definitely.
I hear you on a speaker because I can't go anywhere without music, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
I've ran without music and I've run with music, and I always find it better. My running increases when I have music in my ears.
Definitely.
That's just point blank period.
Definitely.
I don't know how some people run without music. I'm not you.
Smack.
I can do it, but I'd rather not. If I have a choice, I'd rather not. Let's get into this new song because you actually haven't heard it. We was talking off air about Summer Walker, and you haven't actually heard a couple of the songs. This song in particular is quite funny. It's got Ari Lennox, Summer Walker, Unloyal, and it was doing massively on Twitter, Black Twitter, and on Instagram. So a couple of people shared this song. So yeah, Unloyal, Summer Walker featuring Ari Lennox. Amazing link up, man. So, Are you ready?
Gosh, I'm never ready for Never Have I Ever.
Oh, would you rather? I played this game last week with Switch OTR, new kid on the block, new artist on the scene, doing his thing on TikTok. He's got a song called Coming For You that's smashing it on TikTok right now. Like literally running it up and the streams. He's doing really, really well. Amazing. And it was great to have him on, to big up the whole team, everyone, Prieri, Sony, all of that, everyone. So yeah, I thought let me continue it. Because I feel like Would You Rather it's a great game and it's funny and it's just great to loosen people up.
That's it.
We've only got 9 minutes left to the show. Prestige Pack will be joining and jumping on the air from 7 p.m. So make sure you stick around for that. Would you rather? Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or toothpaste for the rest of your life?
Do you know what?
If you had to pick one.
Shampoo.
Shampoo?
100%. Yeah.
Hey, because you don't want to have bad breath.
I can use conditioner.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Alright, I'm gonna let you have that one. Okay, cool. Would you rather never be able to shower again or not be able to shave your legs?
What are these questions testing my hygiene? Never shower again and never shave my legs.
Yeah. Which one would you pick?
It's 2021. I'm not shaving my legs. No way. Oh no. How can you not shower?
It's true.
Your hair will start growing at a certain point. You know what I mean? It's not going to start locking.
But your legs are just going to be mad hairy.
Everyone's going to have to deal with that.
Wow. All right. I hear it. I hear it. Saying it with chest. I'm saying it with chest. Would you rather always have bad gas or always have really dry mouth?
I can't. In my line of work, I can't have either, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm either speaking into a microphone or near a microphone. But dry mouth.
Dry mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to be that person that people
You're brave.
talk about.
I hear you. You're brave.
Oh, yeah, she's a bit gassy. I can't. Nope. No way. Oh, you can't live that down. There's no living that down.
Oh, no. Seriously, that is crazy. Would you rather have to write everything you say out by hand or only be able to speak in rhymes?
Speak in rhymes.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll be doing it.
Fair enough. Would you rather live in a country with a low cost of living but horrible weather or live in a country with a high cost of living and an amazing weather?
High cost of living. Right now we've got bad weather and high cost of living. So
okay. So high cost of living.
Dubai is my answer.
Yeah, Dubai?
Dubai.
Okay, cool. Would you rather... This one's funny. Would you rather go a year with no eyelashes or go a year with no eyebrows?
Oh, do you know what? Eyelashes serve a function. They keep the dust out of your eyes.
Okay.
So I feel like eyebrows I can draw on as well. Or just stick them on somehow.
You just stick them on?
I'd have
You're
to,
always finding a loophole, innit? Gotta find a way.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I've got 2 more left for you. Would you rather lose the ability to cry or cry every day for 20 minutes randomly?
Man, catch me in a bad season. I'll be crying every day for 20 minutes. So I ain't new to this. Definitely. Wait, sorry, what was that?
So would you rather lose the ability to cry or cry every day for 20 minutes randomly? That's long.
And it's randomly, isn't it? Just
randomly.
Happens, as in unprovoked.
Unprovoked. So you could be on stage delivering a poem and you're just crying.
That's habit. Because I even get embarrassed sometimes when I start crying. I guess never cry, but then I think a cry is good. Yeah? I'd have to find another way of releasing my emotions. Maybe I'd be gassy. I don't know. I don't know. It's got to come out.
It's got to come out some way. All right, cool. Would you rather never have a life without air conditioning or never be able to use deodorant?
Life without air conditioning.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Smashing through that. Would you rather have a face that everyone laughs at or a name that everyone laughs at?
Oh, name, man.
Name?
You can't just be walking up and people are laughing,
laughing at your face.
No. I'm not confident enough for that. That will break me. I'll be in Turkey, the nearest Dr. Magic, giving me new features. And let it be a name.
Let it be a name, yeah?
Yeah, I've got brothers that are living through that every day anyway.
That's fine. How many brothers?
I've got 2 brothers.
Okay. So
I mean, just brothers generally. My brothers are African names.
Yeah.
They've been going through it for time.
I hear you on that one. We didn't touch on this. I wanted to save it till basically the end. The 2 books that you've released, amazing books.
Thank you.
I haven't read them yet. I've ordered them in, so I'll definitely be reading that and definitely just be DMing you randomly and be like, oh my gosh, this, that, and the third. Which one challenged you the most?
Do you know what? I've written 3 books. So,
okay. But thank you for the correction.
It's cool. The middle one was a ghostwrite. So it's not a ghostwrite anymore, but it was for Patrick Hutchison, the protester, that the black guy that had a white guy over his shoulder.
Okay.
And a pitch that went viral. So I wrote his book, and that was like an academic.
Oh yeah, I remember that picture.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
that
his book, and the book was like an academic study of race in the UK. And I think that challenged me because I know that the tone that I wanted to capture in the book was empathetic. I didn't want to draw anyone out. I didn't want anyone to read it and think, oh my gosh, like I feel attacked, because we wrote it for a white audience to hopefully educate them. So I think that was difficult for me, striking a balance between educating but also being really angry about some of the stuff you hear and pulling my own opinions away from it. So I think that challenged me, because in poetry I'm free to walk in my opinions and wear all of my opinions.
Do you find presenting your emotions as you're writing quite easy? And that could be any emotion. That could be delivering empathy, anger.
I think
does it come quite easy and naturally to you to write it down? From those places.
I think I can navigate my feelings quite well. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'll listen to what I learned from navigating my feelings, but I think I've got a good grasp on what they are, when they are, and how they're moving around me.
How they're moving around you. Soph, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
The love is always there, and as I said, I've ordered the books anyway. I'm gonna make sure that my producer reads it as well, because I feel like they don't still. But honestly, tell us what's next. What's coming up for you before we let you get off?
Man, I am balling off for Christmas. So I've got a live show on the 10th of December.
Nice. Where's that gonna be?
It's gonna be Union Chapel. I haven't released tickets. Tickets are out, but I haven't actually announced it. So I'm announcing it here for the first time. 10th of December. 10th of December. Oh, I thought you were trying to high five me.
Come on.
Union Chapel. I'm gonna have a gospel choir with me. It's gonna be big band.
Live band are lit, right?
Should be wicked.
They add everything.
Absolutely. When I do headline shows, I only do big band. So that's on the 10th of December. After that, I'm definitely chilling out, and then I've got some big things planned for next year. Yes.
Isn't it crazy that we're getting into 2022?
I feel like we should start 2021 again, because I can't believe we've.
I'm so with you on that one, because I feel like 2020 just escaped us.
2022.
It was a cheat year.
Like we've skipped a year.
Yeah. We shouldn't have been able to do that.
I'll back it if you want it.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm fully on it. Prestige Pack is on from 7 p.m, so make sure you stick around for that. I've been your host for today, Samuel Eni. My amazing guest, Sophia Thakur, has been on air with me, and you can catch this interview in its entirety, the whole show, on Represents Mixcloud a little later on. Stick around, man, because Drive Time is going to be lit this November month. Let me keep my mouth shut because I'm excited. But yes, to take us out.
Thank you.
To take us out, I might have to give it to my guy. Switch OTR.